Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about Boris Johnson in a second. Far-right thugs. Boris Johnson has come out and called people that went to protect the statues this weekend, which I wouldn't do. No. Look, this country's lost. You must understand this. It's lost. I've just seen a video of a dude getting a lift up off another dude on a statue down in Truro. He's pouring this massive paint can of yellow paint. This isn't about protecting statues, ladies and gentlemen. This is about people's mentality. This is about what you allow you become. And that's where we are. Hello, gorgeous, Zevi. All right, love. So Boris Johnson's called all the people, the veterans, the ex-military personnel, people, men and women of this country that turned out this weekend. He's called them far-right thugs. That they were out of order, violent. Does make you wonder, doesn't it? This country was such a proud nation once, you know. It really was. Everything was, we kind of all knew who we were, and the country was very patriotic, and it was all how to be proper and nice and decent. Good men and women, mainly ex-veterans, went up to try and protect these statues at the weekend all around the country, and they've been called far-right thugs by the leader of this country. So my advice, far-right thug veterans, which obviously we know you're not. We know you're not far-right thugs. You know how to be. Military people know how to be proper. Boris has called you the leader of your country, the leader of the British Army, English Army. I mean the British. I'm proper listening to my brother Daddy Dragon right now, Graham Moore, when he says the British are the problem, not the English. Unbelievable that the Prime Minister of this country, who surrounded and shrouded Winston Churchill in a metal condom. Did you see Graham's video yesterday? No, I haven't, Trev. Deb Star, all right, mate, how we doing? I'm just live feeding at the moment, just venting and exercising my freedom of speech. However long we've got that, ladies and gentlemen, however long have we got freedom of speech, I don't know. I need a haircut. As you can see, I've had a little shave. I can't get my head around it. Like, as we know, all we do is live, you know. This isn't pre-recorded, preempted. This is just, as I see things pop up, I come in here, and this is like my little pub. This is like where we come in the saloon bar. I mean, I've got my gin bar. Look, got my gin bar up there, like a bit of gin. But I just don't understand why the leader of this country, Boris Johnson, the leader, and remember, when you put your dog on a lead, you're leading it. So it's like a leash. When you have leaders, they've got you on a leash. The people in my country ain't got no backbone no more. They've just rolled over. They're so scared of a little virus that's no worse than the common cold that their country's changed overnight. Have I been to work? Yeah, I've done a little bit this morning, Trevi. Set of taps. Golf tomorrow afternoon. But everyone's rolled over. Everyone in my country has just passively accepted these new... And in their naivety, they think they're temporary measures. They think all these tech companies have put all these distancings in blue water, all your shopping centres, all the. If you think they've done that for a temporary measure, you got to get your head out your arse. Do you understand what I'm saying? They would not do that. If a temporary measure comes along, let's call a temporary road sign, yeah? Maintenance in the road. People come along. They set up temporary traffic lights. They have blokes there with a red ball going, yeah, go, stop, go, stop, go. No, stop. Told you to fucking stop, stop. Don't. That's a temporary measure. That is a temporary measure. At your Lidl's, your Sainsbury's, your Asda's, you would have people saying, excuse me, sir, bit of COVID juice flying around in here today. Sort your lives out. Stay 2 meters away. Yeah, all right, mate, whatever. Fucking hell. You would. That's a temporary measure. When they start installing proper, all these things on the floor, all the red light, green lights, yeah, you can go in the shop. No, you can go in the shop. You can go in the shop, you can't go in the shop. Fuck's sake, are we allowed in this shop? They're not temporary measures. They're permanent. Aldi's and Lidl's are not going to be getting rid of these things. You have now got a situation in this country, ladies and gentlemen, where if you go to any of these supermarkets, red light, green light, that's it. They're not taking it out. When have you ever known anything that this government's implemented that they've took out? Nothing. They've never, ever took it out. Never. Never, ever took it out. It's sad. It's sad. But they've labelled, there was a guy got his throat slit up there at the weekend. Police had done nothing. When the communist Marxists turn up, they roll their sleeves up the old bill. But as soon as patriots, veterans that served in the Navy, Air Force and Army of this great country turn up, they're far-right thugs. Far-right thugs. Boris Johnson, listen, I'll have a look. I'll see if I can find it. See, find the news fit. Boris Johnson's called them all thugs. You're all thugs. How disrespectful to that. Each and every one of these ex-military, army, Navy, they got more morals and backbone than Boris Johnson has at any point. And this guy's running the country. Why, oh, why? I wonder why these people like Boris, who are so arrogant, they think their shit don't stink. Let me tell you, people in ivory towels shouldn't throw fucking stones. That's all I'm saying. You're just right, Durf. If you're in an ivory tower, you should not throw stones. And people genuinely in their proper hearts turned out to protect the statues from being defaced, pulled down. Boris Johnson's engineering this. He's engineering it. He don't care. He wants this communist way of life. He wants all your statues, all your history. He wants it pulled down. He wants all the schools just bringing in this communist Marxist global agenda, teaching all that. That's all he wants. He don't care. He wants them all going into school, having to use their thumbprints, the biomechanics again. He wants them all doing that. That's communism. That's not freedom. And it's the mentality of these people slitting throats, going up and putting paint on a statue. Where's their heads at? Where's their respect? What's going on? Why they are being allowed to do it? The old bill will come round with a bailiff, kick your back doors in, don't worry about that. But when it comes to defacing all these monuments, why are the police not putting a wall around these monuments and stopping these folks doing the defacing? They're allowing this to happen. The Communist Marxist Party in this country are allowing the Fabians and the Milner Group, they're allowing this to happen. They're allowing it to happen. People lose their lives. They get labelled. If you think I'm going up to London and getting me throat slit and being labelled in the paper as a far-right racist, leave off. I say, let them take their chances. I say, go on to these Black Lives Matter. You go and fucking smash it up. Go and smash it up. Let Boris and his men deal with it. But do yourself a favour, Black Lives Matter. If you really want to hammer your fucking message home, stop fucking with the monuments. Go and take the gates down at Downing Street. Take your beef to the heart of the snake. Why don't you go with all of your cronies and go in and remove these people? Why don't you go and do it? Why don't you go and get the gates down to Downing Street? You caused up a big fuss up there the other day. You had the old Bill kneeling down to you. Sign of weakness. Pussies. Sorry, guys. It's pissing me off now. My country's being invaded. Well, it's been invaded. It's not been invaded by... It's been invaded by the communists, the Marxists. That's what... They're nasty people. The more I see of this country every day, I think, yeah, that's communism. People think they're free. I imagine people in communist China think they're free when they're not free. None of us are free. Only fools and horses to Hull and back. That's where Hull is, Dave. Yes, mate. Yeah, well, I don't travel out too far because do you know what? All these big towns and cities now, they're scary places. They're oppressive. As soon as you get into a big city, you feel the oppression. You don't feel the greatness. Well, listen, when we used to go to London, we used to feel the greatness. We used to be like, wow, we're in the capital city. Now it's a shithole. It's a shithole. Going to buy a yacht. I don't blame you, mate. I would. If there was an island out there somewhere and 100 patriots wanted to buy it, I'd fucking be out there right now. Because I want to plough my energy into something good, something pure. I don't want to plough my energy into evilness and wickedness. I don't. As of today, you can't get on public transport without a mask. Communist Marxist agenda. Put your mask on, bitches. Fancy calling veterans of our country, fancy calling them far-right thugs. Fancy calling them far-right thugs. Fancy that. The leader that's got you all on a leash of your country, Boris Johnson's called you all far-right thugs with your bother boots on. That's what he's called you all. Why would you waste your energy? If this is the future that Boris Johnson wants, as the pig sat in the sty, let it fester in its own shit. I don't want people losing their lives. I don't want to see people with violence and being kicked about. There was some wicked scenes up there the weekend. I don't want that for anybody. And it don't make us sad. What it is, right, is the system's allowing this to happen. This is what it wants. Let them that have allowed this to happen, that want this to happen, let it start affecting them. Let the coppers be killed. Let the BLM go and kill the coppers, and then them families of them coppers have got to go, oh, well, yeah, oh. I don't know why we place ourselves up for this in virtue for a system that's run by idiots. I don't understand it. Let the fucking police, and once the police lose it, let them bring the army in. And if these BLM want to carry on slitting throats, let them get shot fucking dead. It's a cancer. What do you do with a cancer when you've got a tumour? You cut it out. Go to the surgeon. Don't feel, oh, you've got a tumorous lump on your ovaries or on your willy. Oh, what are we going to do? We're going to have to cut it out. Is there no, listen, you don't fucking hell, we're going to have to cut that out now. Come on. All right, doc. So we're going to cut the cancer out. Righto. And we're going to try and stop it spreading. You're not stopping this spread. This BLM thing is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And soon it's going to be in many people's homes, towns. Truro, it's not a massive place. It's being defaced to fuck. While everyone stands around and does nothing, the police are letting this all carry on. You don't think they could have put measures in already to protect all that? Of course they could. But their faith and values are placed on other things. They're just interested in kicking out, turning up for bailiffs, to nick your cars off you, to nick your kids off you. They come up to your house now to nick your kid off you with machine guns. We had women in this country that social services said, your baby's got to come with us, walk this fucking way. As they've had C-sections or given birth, they've got coppers in that same room with them with machine guns. Fuck that shit. That's tyranny. I don't want to live in a country like that. Just following orders. You fucking retards. Retards in uniform. I ain't got the gumption to think with their own brains no more. Oh, no. Can't use their self. No, not allowed to. Get down on your knees. They were all ordered the other day, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. When it was all kicking off and the BLM was outside Downing Street, all them coppers with their earpieces in were told to take a fucking knee. Get down on your knees, bitches. That's a sign of weakness. You don't show riotous people that are defacing and murdering and maiming. You don't show them that you're weak. You don't show them your weakness. They're all down on their knees. Okay. Lovely. Sweet. Yeah, well, yeah. Can you see the army doing that? The only time the army ever take a knee is for a fallen comrade. Comrade, bad fucking word in this country. Socialism is killing this country. It is a cancer. And it needs eradicating. Why? Because this is fucking England, people. We're the land of the free, where we have common law, the Bill of Rights. We have the petitioner rights. We have all this. This is our land. What are we doing allowing this to happen? What are we allowing? Warren Whiteley, by the way, I don't know if you know Warren, he's had a heart attack. Warren, I wish you all my love. I send you all my love, mate. I hope you make a very speedy recovery. I really do. God bless you. Boris Johnson, you are a knob jockey. You've called out ex. I'll guarantee you, Boris, if they was in your armed forces serving, most of them are on army pensions, so you're feeding them, you're giving them out the lease, you're giving them their bread and dripping every week. If they were serving right now, you wouldn't be calling them that, would you? And the army itself and the navy and the thingy say, when the veterans go out on the streets and start protesting, anybody that's serving in their corporations, right, will probably get fired from their job. So serving people that want to go and stand alongside their veterans are not allowed to. They're going to, because they're just following orders. We're just all following orders in this country, and we're turning into a cancer. We're all falling by the way. Why did you, Constable, why did you bash that bloke dragging him out his car? I was just following orders. It was what I was told through my fucking earpiece. Well, you're some sort of a twat then, aren't you? Human trafficking, slavery, peonage and crimes are never ending, especially the child abusers. They all need executing, especially all in the banking cartel. Mate, honestly, I can't argue with any of that. I thank God Trump is fighting the evil cabal. He is, and he's got his work cut out. Stuart James, John Wesley, yeah, I know John. Seems a good guy. Seems to be bang after these satanic psychophants. Yeah, it's a good word, isn't it? Psychophants. Oh, psychopaths. Sorry, I put my glasses on properly. Guys, look, I just want a peaceful country. I want a country where my kids and grandkids can be free, can look forward to good futures without violence and wickedness and dirtiness. Is that so wrong? Is it so wrong to want to live in a peace-loving nation? Because I'm you, you're me. We're all part of this same thing, right? Why have we allowed the nihilists in? Albert Pike warned of the nihilists in his prophecy. Let's have a look at Albert Pike's predictions. And let's have a look. And we're going to look at Albert Pike, massive senior Freemason, all right? I'm not going to share in the screen right now. Let's have a look. Albert Pike. Albert Pike predictions. Right. So we're going to have a look at Pike predictions of 3 world wars. All right. So let's just put my machine down here so I can look square on as much as I can. Right. Pike's amazing predictions of 3 world wars. Albert Pike received the vision when he was described in a letter when he wrote to Manzini, dated August the 15th, 1871. This letter graphically outlined plans of 3 world wars that were seen as necessary to bring out the one world order. And we can marvel at how accurately he has predicted events that have taken place along the way, right? It is a commonly believed fallacy that for a short time, the Pike letter to Manzini was on display in the British Museum in London, and it was copied by William Guy Carr, former intelligence officer in the Royal Canadian Navy. The British Library has confirmed in writing to me that such a document has never been in their possession. Furthermore, in Carr's book, Satan, Prince of World, Carr includes the following footnotes. The keeper of manuscripts recently informed the author that this letter is not catalogued in the British Museum Library. It seems strange that a man of Cardinal Rodriguez's knowledge should have said that it was in 1925. It appears that Carr learned about the letter from Cardinal Rodriguez of Santiago, Chile. He wrote The Mystery of Freemasonry Unveiled. To date, no conclusive proof exists to show that the letter was even written. Nevertheless, the letter was widely quoted from the topic of my discussion. Right, listen, guys. I've been on Facebook and been deplatformed. I had a profile of over 16,000 people on there, right? I shared a Tommy Nobinson video. That got removed, right? I started up others. They shut me down and censor me all the time because I'm out there spitting the truth. I've been bringing this over 10 years now, right? I don't want a Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't want any recognition. What I hope and pray is that people pay attention and want to make a difference. And at least if you can see something coming, if you can see the headlights in the rabbit's eyes, you might be able to see what's coming in the crosshairs. If you can see what's in the crosshairs, boom, you'll be able to deal with what's coming, right? But I feel sorry for the ones that can't, in truth. So, Albert Pike's predictions of the First World War, right, must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the Tsars in Russia and the making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. The divergences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the British and Germanic empires. Here we go. British. They're not good. It's the English you want to be. The English are bad people because they're all up for this communistic thing. I don't want none of that. Between the British and Germanic empires, who are very closely related, the British Empire and the Germanic, there's not a lot to split them between the difference. Maybe that's why they went to war with one another. We will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments and in order to weaken the religions. Well, religion's fucked in this country. You can't speak of God on the street. You get arrested. But that black guy up in London that got arrested outside the tube station, he won his case. He got compensated, but he took 30 silver pieces from the devil. But it is what it is. But at least it taught the police a lesson. Religious freedom. It's a natural given to us, the English, right? And it's been stripped away. You're losing your God on a daily basis. So just hope you're aware of that. Students have recognised in history that the political alliances of England are on one side and English on one side, German on the other, forged between 1871 and 1898 by Otto von Bismarck, co-conspirator of Albert Pike, were instrumental in bringing about the First World War. So, you're going to love this depiction of the Third World War, let me tell you. The Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage. And I'm pretty sure if people back in the Second World War had the time to do stuff like this, they would have seen the correlation of their times. They would have done, of what this was all about. I feel for you, mate. I had a stiff neck all weekend myself. What's going on here then? Someone got a stiffy on. Stiff neck, by the way. Right, the Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be made strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel and Palestine. Exactly what happened. After the war, the Balfour Declaration, Israel become a state in Palestine. During the Second World War, international communism must be strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would be then restrained and held in check until the time that we need it for its final social cataclysm. So they're destroying Christendom, which this country is called. This country, Christendom. That's what the Queen swore her oath on. That's what God's law is. This is Christendom, right? Whether you like it or you don't. That's just the truth. That's how it is. After the Second World War, communism was made strong enough to begin taking over weaker governments in 1945 at the Potsdam Conference between Truman, Churchill and Stalin. A large portion of Europe was simply handed over to Russia, and on one side of the world, the aftermath of the war with Japan held the sweet child of communism in China. Readers will argue that the term Nazism and Zionism were not known until 1871. Should remember that the Illuminati invented both these movements. right? So they're playing both sides. The puppet, the Illuminati, have orchestrated all of this, all of it. In addition, communism as an ideology and as a coined phrase originated in France during the revolution in 1785. Restif coined the phrase 4 years before revolution broke out. Restif and Babeuf, in turn, were influenced by whoever he was, Rousseau, as was the most famous conspirator of them all, Adam Weishaupt. Right, so here we get onto the nitty-gritty, right? Just grip your seats. You ready? The Third World War. And I'll never forget my teacher telling me this when I was in primary school, and I went, hell. I never forgot it. I'll never forget what that teacher, that lesson, it stands in my brain like there's no tomorrow. As does that when I went to Traitors Gate years ago. My mum said that's where we used to execute traitors. Perhaps we should get Traitors Gate open. Perhaps we should fucking implement Traitors Gate. Who knows? We seem to love a bit of blood sport nowadays anyway with throat slitting, so why not? Let's go back to the old medieval times. Fuck it, let's have it out. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. Here we go. We're getting into some meat and potatoes, some gravy right now. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on the issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion. Tell me we're not there now. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horrors will show clearly to the nations the effects of absolute atheism, origins of slavery, and of the most bloody turmoil. Tell me we ain't there right now. Tell me we're not there. Then everywhere the citizens, obliged to defend themselves against the world's minorities of revolutionaries, will exterminate those destroyers of civilization and the multitude disillusioned with Christianity, whose dissect spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction. Well, they failed on that fucking part because I am focused and I am a Christian. So they failed. Trust me, they have fucking failed because we're going to rip the shit out of these people. I want you to feel that passion, people. We're going to fuck them. We're not having this. We're not going down this road. We're not having it. I want you to repeat after me. We ain't fucking tolerating this shit. We're strong. Come on. Come on. We're strong. Let's do this. Then everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves would be disillusioned with Christianity, whose dissect spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction. Everyone's fucking lost. Look at them all queuing up. In the shops today. All going around there. 2 meters, bitch. 2 fucking meters. Oh, it bothers me immensely. Right. Whose dissect spirits will from that moment be without compassion or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in public view. This manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement, which will allow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. Ain't gonna fucking happen. Not on my watch. Since the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, world events, and in particular the Middle East, showing a growing unrest and instability between modern Zionism and the Arabic world. Arabia. What am I trying to say? This is completely in line with the call of the Third World War to be fought between the two and their allies on both sides. This Third World War is still to come, and recent events show that it's not too far off. That's Albert Pike's predictions. I'm going to see if I can find Boris Johnson's. comments of the weekend. Let's have a look. Let's just bear with me. Of the weekend. I have to say, I truly believe that the mainstream media have lost their narrative. I do believe that when you look at people like, what's his bloody name? Let's have a look. James Delingpole, he's got his own YouTube channel. He's got 18,000 subscribers. Graham Moore, my good buddy Graham Moore, was deplatformed off of Facebook a few years ago. And the thing with Graham is he's such a powerful individual. He don't say no nonsense. He's like Ron Seal. He'll cut you to the quick. If he thinks you're a cock, he'll call you a cock. But he don't mean no malice with it. It's just how he is. It's just the way he's been built. And thank fuck he's been built that way. Thank God he's been built that way with that power in him. Because we need people like him. Well, he got deplatformed about 18 months ago. And he's now got 18,000 subscribers. Now, that's fantastic. Now, I don't get excited for Graham about the numbers that have subscribed to his channel. I get excited about the fact that what he talks about, people are fine-tuning. Tuning fork. Bing, they're tuning in to what he has to say. That's what I find encouraging. Okay? I don't care who watches me. I don't care who disses me. I don't care who agrees with what I say or don't agree with what I say. The mere fact that you've tuned in and that you want to see a change and you don't want the old world as it is, you just want a difference, tells me that you've all turned away from the mainstream narrative of watching people like Fiona Bruce and all these other vicious. They're visceral. A lot of these BBC reporters, especially the women, they're like feminazis. They're not fembotches like Austin Powers. They're feminazis. I would say that most of them have got boobs with machine guns in them. Because when that woman interviewed Prince Andrew, that Kate Hoy, whatever her name is, she's a bitch. She's horrible. What I like to do when I meet people is like, I just want to get on a humble level with them. I just want to reach their soul and all feel like we're all brothers and sisters. We're all in this together, right? When this is our world, this is our future. Why are we allowing? Right, here we go. Manchester News. Let's have a look at the Manchester News. They seem to be commenting on Boris Johnson. Boris, get your fucking hair cut. And why is he growing his hair like a dickhead? It's because he wants you to think that this coronavirus pandemic, scamdemic, the corona spit, roll it up and throw it that way, is real. It's no worse than a common fucking cold. Right, Prime Minister Boris Johnson said it is absurd and shameful that the statue of Sir Winston Churchill in Parliament Square was at risk of attack from anti-racism protesters and had to be boarded up to protect it. Why bother going? I would stick him in a pigsty and let him wallow in the shit. I would. Fuck him. Excuse my French. I'm going to let him have it. This is not for kids. This is for adults. All right? My channel is not for children. Because no matter what words I use here, guys, the reality of it is that these actions and people losing their lives and statues is far worse than any words I use. Oh, he's so offensive. He uses the cuss word. So what? Get a grip, people. Get a grip. You should be more worried about the statues coming down. You should be more worried about all the bloodshed on the streets. You couldn't care less. But someone swear, I can't watch him, Barbara. No, he swears a little bit too much, my luck. It's very, God, dear. Go and polish your tits. So, Prime Minister Boris Johnson said it's absurd and shameful that the statue of Winston Churchill in Parliament Square was at risk from anti-racism protesters and that's to be brought up to protect it. This is the communist narrative. Speaking after the memorial was covered up by boards ahead of further planned weeks ahead demonstration, the Prime Minister said on Twitter, and he ain't no Trump, let me tell you, we cannot try to edit or censor our past. That's true, you can't. A protective box was placed around the statue of a former Prime Minister who led the UK during the Second World War struggle against the Nazis. after it was targeted during Black Lives Matter protests last week. It was vandalised with the words "was a racist," while the cenotaph, which has now been protected with hoardings, was also targeted. So now Winston Churchill is going behind his hoardings. There's hoardings protecting. Because I'm thinking, fucking hell, if they take up there and put scaffolding round him with 21-foot fucking poles, this is going to descend into proper chaos. But I tell you what is good with a 21-foot fucking scaffold pole. It means you can leave the gates of Downing Street off fucking easy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bit of a shame, really. No, I'm teasing for the TSG come round and stick their beads up my arse. I don't want none of that. If I was a police constable out there, I'd be fucking ashamed of myself right now. The protest sparked by the death of the 46-year-old black man, George Floyd, in Minneapolis, saw clashes between protesters and police in London, while in Bristol, a statue of Edward Colston was pulled down and dumped in the harbour, although it was later dragged up. So he's hiding in a fucking warehouse now somewhere, right? Colston is like, Churchill, what the fuck's going on? They're fucking erasing us, boy. Look, history, good or bad, still fucking history. If you can't walk past a fucking statue without getting offended, I don't care if it's a slave fucking owner or a fucking statue of Bobby Davro, you've got issues. You're a fucking snowflake. Just walk past the bastard. Yes, we hate slavery. All lives matter. Black lives matter. Yes, of course they do. So, but everyone else's lives fucking matter. Excuse me, I'm having it today, aren't I? Mr. Johnson said the statue of Winston Churchill in Parliament Square is a permanent reminder of his achievement in saving this country and the whole of Europe from a fascist and racist tyranny. The fucking irony there. Boris, you're a tyranny. Boris, you're tyrannical. It is absurd and shameful that this is a national monument should today be at risk of attack by violent protesters. Yes, he sometimes expressed opinions that were unacceptable to us today, but he was a hero and he fully deserves his memorial. The Prime Minister voiced his opposition to the decision by a host of local authorities to remove a string of monuments and statues in the impact of the Black Lives Matter movement continues to be felt across the country because they're not stepping on it. How do you deal with the Black Lives Matter thing? How do you deal with any protesters that are using violence and slitting people's throats? If the police can't deal with it, send in the fucking army. Hello? Army? Yeah. Are you ready to go? You at Hyde Park? Yeah, right. Fucking down here now. Toot sweet. Anyone comes at you with a knife, shoot them fucking dead. Sorts it out, doesn't it? Sorts it out. My mum would have your bar soap. Yeah, I know, mum. Yeah, my mum used to say to me, you carry on swearing, I'll put that bar of cold tar soap in your mouth. Fuck me. We used to love a bar of cold tar soap years ago. I used to have a bath once a month when I was a kid. Tin bath in the garden. Didn't have a bath in the winter. You'd have to have been fucking brave to do it in the winter. We used to have a tin bath, put it out in the garden. Mum would bring some kettles down, bit of cold water. I'd get in it, bruv get in it, mum get in it, dad get in it. Fuck me, we was all in there. Not at the same time before you say, fuck me, Jimmy Savile's out. That's how we used to roll. I'm still here, I'm 53. I've got a good immune system, pretty much. We get little bugs and that now and again, but nothing major. I grew up on fucking jumping down 40, 50-foot rope slides, hanging on for dear life. Down into a tire at the end. That's proper living. You're living like that. That's living. I wouldn't change it for the world. And when I get out, when I die, when I finally leave this body and you guys can't tune into me no more because I've fucked off because I've had enough. If I get out there and he's got my soul and he's rocking it in his arms, oh, you fucking love me, you looked up. If he says, you're going back, I'll say, fuck that. I ain't going back down there. They're fucking lemons. They're Keith Lemon down there now. Don't you dare. I would never come back. I'd rather go and sit with the devil himself than fucking come back down to this place. And I love my life. So that's a sad thing. Guy and St Thomas's Hospital in Days announced they will remove 2 statues of their namesake from public view to their links to the slave trade. Bournemouth, Christchurch and Paul Council have delayed. Now, you've got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, right? The councils are they are the fourth right. They're the fourth column, right? They're going to unleash the nihilists, and they are. They're fucking wicked. Because all you are to them is slave trade, just to fucking. They just want to put their thumbprint on your ass. Well, have some of that every month. Pay your council tax, bitch, or we're going to send the boys round. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm right. It's not, oh, please, we're your local council. Would you mind sponsoring us with a few of your golden nuggets every month? Thank you very much. We're very nice, decent public service. Now it's like, listen, fucker, don't pay your council tax. We're coming round. We're going to send the boys round. The boys are coming round. That's what the hell. It's wrong. It's evil. It's wicked. Everyone pays the TV license and the guy went smooth. He said, I ain't paying it no more. Fuck that. I got a bowl out. I said, he had a fruit bowl. Little fruit. I said, I grabbed the bowl. I said, right, Rich, I've got this bowl here. I said, I'm going to fill it with 1,000 M&Ms. I said, you know them peanut ones? You love them with that sugar coating. They're beautiful. The red ones, the blue ones, but you can't help but nibble them, can you? They're just. I said, right, I'm going to fill it out with that. And I'm going to throw one in there that's got cyanide in it, right? I said, are you going to eat them? Well, he said, no, it's a bit risky. I said, why is it risky? He said, because I could get the one with cyanide. As much as I love the others, I'm going to have to pass. I went, so why do you sponsor the BBC? One paedophile, Jimmy Savile, that's it for me. Game over. They don't have detector vans, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. They're not that sophisticated. They're fucking idiots. So I rang them up over 10 years ago. I said, see you lot, you're paedophiling. You got a big statue outside your building with a guy with a kid with his dick out. So I'm not sponsoring you no more. Fuck off. Give me my money back. So they give me my money back. I got a letter through a few weeks later saying we might pop round and pay you a visit. I rang them up and said, if you come round here after me fucking warning you, and I've given you fair warning, you send anyone round, I'm going to knock them spark out because that's my right as a man. Now fuck off. Excuse my friends. They've never come back. The council was originally said, and you need to bark, people. Start barking. Start straightening your spine up. Start showing some gusto. No, oh, I'm going to roll over. Yeah, I'm going to let them scan me when I go down to Blue Water so I can get me sweets and get me fucking underwear from Ann Summers. And when you go to Ann Summers, get one of the big dildos. Yeah, so you can take yourself home and give you a good roddering. Might knock your back spine, might knock your spine back into alignment. Look, this ain't a kid's show. This is just me ranting like we're down the pub, right? We're down the pub. I've got Dave Wilson in it. Hello, love. Nice to see you. Durfee as always. Love you, son. Lose your TV free mind. Yeah, Geezer this morning says, we're thinking about throwing our TV out. I said, that's the quickest way to get rid of a virus. Quickest way to get rid of a virus, I said, is throw the TV in the skip. Fuck it off out of it. Or just watch what you want to watch. Yeah? Simple. There's many ways around this. The country has originally said, the council, right now, the council's, what happened a few years ago, the council's got a thing called the Devolution of Communities Act. I don't know if you want to go and see it, because all their acts they think are real. They're not. They're in the land of the dead. It's Satan's world. The main government, like Boris Johnson's went, right, listen, lads, fucking it. We're at a position now, we're romping this shit. We're having it right off. We're going to devolve our powers out to our fledgling serfs in the local communities, 42 councils around the country, and we're going to tell them that they're the local mafia rubs now. We're going to run the police out of them. The police are going to run by the council. It's all going to be a big fucking swindle. And what we're going to do is we're going to devolve the power out of them, and we're going to say, right, each year you're going to give us so many billion quid so we can sit back, get fat and knock one out with a brass and maybe do a line of cocaine or two and have a cheap bar. And then you're going to collect all that, and whatever you make on the top, whatever you can beat out the peasants, go and fucking beat them, right? Go and beat them and swindle. And that's what happens. So your councils are not where you think they are. Far from it. They're only interested in pensions and fucking you. They don't want to help you. They're not there to help you. Please, they're not there to help you. So the council has really said it will move the statue from Poole Quay on Thursday over concerns it was a target list. All this stuff is because we've allowed this mentality in the youngsters, and that taking statues down and acting like that and slitting people's throats is acceptable. The police seem to stand by and watch it all happen. They don't, but as soon as you go up and say, I'm an ex-veteran and I'm here to protect statues, far right scum, stand back, fuck off. That's why I won't entertain it, because I know the system fucking hates me. Not as much as I hate it. The sculpture features on a topple. Edward Colston tripped and fell. He was a cheat and benefits grandeur. He was in the wrong neighbourhood. Colston was a criminal with a past. Edward Colston was probably on drugs. So I don't understand the mentality of these people. I really don't. The PM also addressed the ongoing anti-racism demonstrations, arguing that protests have been hijacked by extremists intent on violence and labelling attacks on police abhorrent. Well, of course an attack on a cop is abhorrent. But labelling anti-race, who was there protesting against anti-racism? Nobody. There was nobody there that day protesting against racism. They were just there, stood by and hoping that the statues never got attacked, and they were just minding their own business, the bikers. They weren't interested in a fight. Oh, I tell you. Hopefully people in your households now, you should start seeing this. You should start be having a shift. All right, this ain't for kids. Sometimes I do come in here and rant on, but this country's going Pete Tong. So you're going to need people like us. You are, trust me. You really are. Your future's not very bright in a minute. The PM, so he's addressed that, saying that hijacked by extremist intent on violence and labelling the attacks on the police as abhorrent. More than 130 people have been arrested, as more than 155,000 people across the UK took part in almost 200 demonstrations across the National Police Chief Council, NPCC. That's a good 155,000 people turned out. Wow. A total of 62 police officers have been injured in the protest triggered by the death of Floyd, Mr. Floyd, a fiction. The whole news is based on fiction. While accepting there was much work to do on tackling racism, PM told only responsible course of action to do is stay away from these protests. I agree. Don't go. Veterans, stay at home. Go watch your football, watch some golf, go around your park, whatever. Do stuff in your communities. Let Boris Johnson and his cohorts deal with this fucking mess. Let them deal with it. And if it all gets ripped down, so be it. There'll be a big civil war. Because there's a massive groundswell in this country right now. Everybody's paying attention. Like, I mean, everybody. His remarks come as reports suggested violent protesters could be jailed within 24 hours. Fuck me, there's nothing like communism, let me tell you. After Justice Secretary Robert Buckland and Home Secretary Priti Patel drew up plans based on the response to 2011. That's it. Fuck London. No, I ain't having it no more. You will never ever see me in London again unless I'm going for a little cheeky beer with a few of my mates. That's it. No more protesting. Fuck the lot of it. Let Boris Johnson, let Priti Patel, and let Secretary Robert Buckland stew in the shit that they're fucking doing. I will never advocate for anyone to go on a protest ever again. Anyone caught vandalising, causing criminal damage or assaulting police officers could be quickly processed through the magistrates' courts with extended opening hours according to the Times. Communism, lovely, sweet, off the street. You've got no idea what you've allowed, peeps. I tell you, this country is, Albert Pike. I'll make you right. Your predictions are pretty bang on. Dave knows that. Who do I know? Raid this people aloud. Who do I know? Leona. I know lots of people. Yeah, and I know nice people as well. Most people I know are gorgeous. Let's have a look, seeing Dave. If we stopped everything and built our communities, those twisted bastards will soon be in the shit without us there. Fuck. Well, I'll put a post up in my local Facebook group in my village the other day. I said, look, fuck paying the council tax. Excuse my French. The F word's out big time today, guys. Should we have a little definition of the word? Let's see if I can find it in this old dictionary. I might not. Actually, let's have a look at the definition of the word fuck. All right? Just bear with me. This is quite funny. So we're going to have a look at the Oxford Dictionary definition of the word fuck. Right? And this is what my mate did a copper in a court over, and the judge just threw it out. Fuck is a profane English language word. English, use it, which often refers to the act of sexual intercourse, but it is also commonly used as an intensifier or to denote disdain. While its origin is obscure, it is... Do you know, the origins of the word fuck means fornicate under command of the king. I bet you never knew that. And someone just put that comment up in there. In modern use, the term fuck is used, its derivatives such as fucker or fucking can be used as a noun, a verb, and an adjective, an interjection, or an adverb. The word is considered obscene, but is commonly used in many informal and familiar situations. It is unclear whether the word has always been considered vulgar, or if not, when it first come to be used to describe, often in an extreme anger, hostile or belligerent manner, unpleasant circumstances, or people in an intentionally offensive way. That's all it is. It's got so many meanings. There ain't many words in the dictionary that have got, you can just use that in so many different meanings. So, but it is a word and it is described. You can get into the etymology of the word. It is described in the Oxford Dictionary. All right. Now, that's what my friend did. He was in front of a judge. This is the power of words. And the judge said to him, "Did you see that copper in that dock there, PC Dickhead 1, 2, 3, 4?" He said, "Yeah, I did. Yeah. I remember him. Yeah." So he said, "Oh, good." He said, "Did you, actually, I should get my blonde wig out when I do my judge thing, maybe put it on." And he says, do you remember distinctly calling PC Dickhead over there?" He reads from his notebooks. Did you tell him to, on the 24th of the 5th, 2016, did you tell him to Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo off? And he went, "Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did." He said, "Oh." He said, and later on, he said, "Did you call him a CUNT?" He said, "Yeah, I did." And the judge, just before he was about to lambast my mate, my friend got his dictionary out and went, "Judge, would you like me to give you the Oxford Dictionary definitions of the words and the context I was using them in?" And the judge went, "Oh, fuck. Next case. You're free to go." And the cop was going, "What just happened there, gangster? What's happening?" Couldn't work it out. And my mate just picked up his dictionary and his stuff and walked out the courtroom. As courteous as a pigeon taking a fart on a lobster. I don't even know where that come from. So, yeah, words are very powerful. All right. So if my words offend you, I do apologise. But what's going on in the world right now is fuckery. What's going on here? Slang. If you use it as a verb, as in a slang, it's to treat unfairly or harshly. Well, there you go. Verb without an object, it means to meddle, usually followed by around or with. Sounds a bit Jimmy Savile. Interjection as a slang used to express anger, disgust, rejection, often followed by a pronoun as you or it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah? So I've used that as interjection, or of a verb. Fuck it, I'm going to have sex tonight. And that's with an object. No, with an object, it's like I'm going to have sex tonight, or without an object as a verb, to have sexual intercourse, because you don't know whether you're going to get it or not, do you? Lads, come on, we like the women. The women are lovely creatures. Fucking snowflakes. Exactly. That's why we've got statues coming down, coppers being attacked, coppers taking the knees, because we're a nation of snowflakes that get offended. "Well, you can't read from the Bible, sir. We're going to have to come and arrest you." That poor black guy outside that tube station professing the word. And I read the word every day, but for me, it's a personal journey. I get my daily bread every day. It makes me who I am, a highly spirited individual, because I know I'm a creation of God and not government. And they can go fuck themselves, saying what they're saying about patriots who are inoffensive, that just want to protect their country. And you've got the Prime Minister rubbishing them, calling them far right thugs into bother boots. Stereotyping people and rhetoric is got to change. I know you can't smack kids' asses and say you can't smack. You can't tell your kids what to do. Daddy State comes along and finds you. It's communistic. Peeps, we've got to come out of this. Even now, if you die today, if I die today, they'd probably put my brain in a pickling jar, in fairness, and call me Anna Milme. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe put some little juice around it, so some oxygen to keep me going. I don't know. But my brain's fairly sharp. I do have a fairly sharp brain. So if I die today, I'm going to die of COVID, right? I'm going to die of it. There's no way out of it. They're going to label me up, stick me in a bag like an oven-ready fucking turkey, and the communists are going to whip me off in a double-lined bag, and then I'm going straight to the incinerator. I don't really fucking like that. I say no. I say fuck off. And I'm using that as an interjection. Yeah, fuck off. I'm interjecting and telling you to... but that's the reality. You get that COVID juice, wallet. Oh dear. Bomb. We will be like, where's Dave? Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with me, cuckoo. I'm loving the fact 10100011000001 has just become a subscriber. Go on, my son. I'm loving that. Perhaps you might want to give me a little private message. Let me know you are in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not giving away much by your profile. Danny Thomas Mullin, mate, you're just knocking it out of the park right now. I'm loving what you're doing. I'm loving the info. If you can send me a link to your 202 thing the other night, Dan, on Facebook, I'd really appreciate that. I'll have a little watch of that when I'm in the bath later, and I promise not to touch myself. All right, peeps, I'm going to get going. I wanted to come in this afternoon, talk to you all about Albert Pike's Third World War prediction, and all your friends and family can ignore it now. They can just go, yeah, whatever, this guy's talking whack, whatever. Just what's coming. Just watch what is coming. I think we're at a point in time now where if you ain't paying attention, you are going to be royally fucked. So this could be the trigger we've all been waiting for. This COVID juice, pandemic, scamdemic, plandemic, could be the trigger that wakes everybody up. I know that Albert Pike's prediction of a full manifestation of Luciferian stuff ain't happening because we're not going to let it happen, are we? So share this with your friends and family. Please consider subscribing. I do apologise about the swearing today, but fuck it anyway. Hopefully YouTube won't get down too big and gravy on my backside for it. And YouTube, as a caveat, if you do censor this video, all the words I've used to this day are described in the Oxford Dictionary, and be pressed. Forewarned is forearmed. I wouldn't want to wish to bring a claim against anyone in YouTube for shutting down my freedom of speech and using words that are in the English dictionary. So please know your place. This is a beautiful platform. I'm really, really, really enjoying my time on here. It's growing and growing and growing all the time. I'm growing into it as well. I've got to be honest with you lot. I was nervous and a little bit. It was like I was a virgin on YouTube. My platform was real big interaction with Facebook. Sometimes we'd have over a couple of hundred people tune in at once. And I'm hoping that this grows and gets to that kind of a platform at some point in the future. But I'll grow it as ever quickly as nature intends for this channel to grow. It will be what it will be. And that's that. So stay blessed, stay loved, think about what's coming. This is the global elite chucking out their final nuggets, and they are desperate, desperate people. The Prime Minister of this country throwing insults like that is cheap shots at our history, at our veterans, and for people that put their life on the line so that you can have a freedom of speech. Just remember that. These people went to war and died in war in their millions over the centuries to protect your way of life. Isn't it about time that we started honouring them? Take care, people, and look after yourselves. All right? Take care. Take it easy.